regression, stagnation, and disintegration. Hello, YouTube. How's everybody doing? It is the Immaculate Tortoise, the half man, half tortoise, the African tortoise. Hello, welcome to this vlog. I'm just about to start work, but I've got a few more minutes to kill, so why not do a vlog? Again, disintegration, regression, and stagnation. You know, life is the best teacher. No, I keep mixing this up. Sorry, I wasn't thinking about what I was saying. Life is one of the best teachers out there. Again, I say those words, those three words: stagnation, regression, and disintegration. And life is one of the best teachers out there. The best teacher is God Himself. God is the best supreme teacher of them all. But life is one of those teachers in itself. It's quite ironic because you are born innocent, and before you know it, you are thrown into this big giant pot, full of all of these hot peppers, hot chilies, and before you know it, you get you become fried up. In other words, if that's the best way to explain this, you are thrown into this big giant mess, and you've got to figure it out, right? You got your friends and you got your family, and but you've got to figure it out, which is a good test, because again, life itself is a test, because you're supposed to. We're being tested for something here. We just don't exist for no purpose. Everything exists for a reason. When you're hungry, you have to eat food. When you're thirsty, you have to drink water. Life exists for a reason, and we are being tested. And again, you're born innocent, but you are thrown into this giant pot full of hot chilies and peppers, and you have to figure it out. Can I handle the hot chili? Can I handle the hot peppers? Or maybe I cannot. But it's this wild west, just this craziness. And again, regression, stagnation, or disintegration. Now, for the past 33 years, I'm a 33-year-old man. I can honestly say to you, I can truthfully say to you, my life has been stagnation, disintegration, and what's the other word? It's just slipped my mind there. Stagnation, disintegration, and regression. Sorry, the mind just slipped my mind. I mean, the word just slipped my mind there. I had to go back into the mind and find that word. And instead of moving forward, I just stagnated. Instead of moving forward, I went backwards. I reversed backwards. Instead of moving forward, I just destroyed a lot of my foundations through ignorance, sheer utter ignorance. Again, because you are young, you think you are on top of the world, as if the world is your oyster. But this is an illusion, unfortunately. And again, I can honestly and truthfully say to you, people watching this right now, my life for the past 33 years of my life has been disintegration, stagnation, and regression. I've made little to no progress. But, and I say but with strong emphasis, by establishing one of the best connections ever, I found the bridge. God is the bridge. I'm able to move forward today. I'm building upon what was lost. I don't think it was lost. It's more or less to say, like, maybe it was forgotten about, but I don't think it was lost, because it has always been there, but I've had to go back and find it, and I found it, and building upon it. So again, guys, this world that we live in, it's amazing, because it's a balancing effect. If you don't balance the act right, you either go one way, which is on the left hand, either you go on the right hand side. But it's a balance, it's a scale, and you have to learn how to balance these things, too much of anything is not good for you. Less of something is not good for you. So you have to balance it. Too much of food is not good for you. Too much of water is not good for you. Even too much air is not good for you. So you have to balance these things. It's the same thing with our existence. There is, to me, personally, this is what I think. There are three sides to us. You have the most important part, which is the spirituality. The second, which is your emotion. And the third, which is your physical being, right? Me, for the past 33 years, with shame, I'm not gonna blame anybody else but myself. I didn't have the most important part, which was the spirituality side of it. I just neglected it. I don't know. I thought I knew better, but it's the ignorance, just, I'm not going to blame other people because God has given me the intelligence to differentiate right from wrong. But somehow just the negativity, the negative energy, it has that lure. It attracts you for some reason, which is, I can understand if that was purposefully built into the universe to see those who would be hypnotized and mesmerized by these things instead of using their minds. And unfortunately, I was one of those individuals. But I can sit here and truthfully say to you and honestly say to you, now I am moving forward. I've never felt so pure in my life. I've never felt so, what word is this? So strong, so mentally focused. I've never had such purity in, pure thoughts. I've always had the uncomfortability, the shyness, the insecurity, the anger, just the arrogance, the negative thoughts towards the world. I've always had those. And like I said to you guys in one of my other vlogs, I think there's two sides to a person. The person that you don't see behind closed doors and the person that you see in the real world. So we're wearing costumes when we come outside into public, but behind closed doors there is no more costumes. So it's rather interesting because it's either you are regressing backwards, either you are stagnated, or you just destroy what you are if you don't maintain that balance, if you don't maintain that sense of awareness. It's important that you use this thing up here for the good of yourself, but your brethren, the people that you share this world with, which is me and you, right? It's important that we are doing that to help each other, because the issues that we have in the world, they're there to teach us. But if we don't come together as a people, we cannot figure out these issues. And it's been like this since the millennia of time. So I thought I'd just share that with you guys. Stagnation, regression, or disintegration. You must understand these principles. And the only reason I can even say this to you guys, if you go back 6 months from now, if you go back 6 months earlier from now, or maybe a year from now, zero chance me coming on going on camera and speaking like this, just letting the world see me. Zero chance. The courage was not there. I was just a void, and I stagnated because of my own faults, my own ignorance, thinking that I know better. But once I made that connection, God is the bridge. God is truly the bridge to all that we seek. He's not going to give it to you then and there. He might not even give it to you, but you have to keep going back to him. Just like David, when he was in the desert, he was a man on the run. He's being chased by King Saul and his armies, but he still maintained his connection with God, even through difficulties. He had a promise that was made to him, but he still maintained his connection to God. He was still able to maintain that connection, and God guided him through that difficult time. And again, if you're going through a difficult time, if you're stagnated, if you feel as if you've gone backwards, regression, and if you've disintegrated the word, if you disintegrated, pray beloved brother, pray beloved sister, have an amazing day What a word. Disintegration. That's it. Regression and stagnation. Stagnation. Jeez. See you in a bit. Peace out. Bye bye.